What is up, guys? RSC6414 here, back with another video. This time I'm reviewing SmackDown. Just finished airing. Show was alright, nothing special. I didn't enjoy it really, to tell you the truth. I thought it was lackluster. It just wasn't. Maybe it's because I had such high expectations from maybe Mark Henry appearing. He didn't appear, and obviously I knew it wasn't going to live up to Raw, but from Monday. SmackDown's my favorite show, but as far as this episode, it wasn't very good. Seemed like there were a lot of matches that didn't matter, but first thing we have is a Daniel Bryan promo talking about his match on Monday, how it got called off because of his injury, supposedly. Um, and then he says that it was basically WWE's way of saying that he was the weakest link, a bunch of stuff like that. Randy Orton comes out and then talks up to him about weakest link, and then Daniel Bryan says he wants a rematch to prove that he's not the weakest link. Randy Orton starts talking and says that by the time Daniel Bryan gets up, he's not gonna. By the time the match ends, Daniel Bryan won't even be able to walk out of here on his own 2 feet. And there's going to be a main event match tonight, Daniel Bryan versus Randy Orton, and it sets it up. So the first match of the night we have is Sheamus versus Cody Rhodes. This match was okay, nothing special. I didn't really enjoy it either. It wasn't great, really. It wasn't even okay. But Sheamus hit a rolling senton on Cody Rhodes. Then he wins. Then he doesn't win, obviously not. Sorry for that. Then, when he's trying to go for white noise, Cody Rhodes counters, and Sheamus puts Cody Rhodes in a cloverleaf and wins off that. Then Sandow hits Sheamus from behind, and Cody Rhodes just starts jumping on him because earlier on in the match, they jump him after the match, but Sheamus wins via cloverleaf. Earlier on in the match, Sheamus pushed Cody Rhodes right into Sandow a couple times and knocked him off, so I think that ticks Sandow off, and that's why he ambushes him. But, sorry, somebody was messaging me. Apologize. But as far as that match goes, it was alright. Nothing special, like I said. Next match we have is... Oh, we had a new Wyatt family vignette. Pretty good. Sort of weird, but obviously it's supposed to be with the Wyatt family, ready for them to appear, and hopefully they'll be debuting soon, so that'll be cool. Next thing we have is Curtis Axel versus Wade Barrett. Match was okay for the Intercontinental Championship. If you remember, this match was supposed to happen on Monday, but it didn't. Christian returned instead. This is back and forth. Wade Barrett hit Curtis Axel in the face with a boot and it threw Curtis Axel right through the ropes when he kicked him. And then Wade Barrett's going for a move off the top rope with the elbow, misses. Curtis Axel gets up, kicks him a couple times, punches him, and then delivers this spinning neck breaker for the 1, 2, 3. Curtis Axel wins and retains the title belt. No surprise there. Pretty good match. Short, but I enjoyed it. One of the better matches, I'd say, but even though it was probably 5, 6 minutes long, but it was pretty good. And then after that, Miz was at the commentator table and challenges Axel to a match. Paul Heyman says matches don't come free with my clients, blah blah blah, and then Miz just stares Curtis Axel down and they leave. That's basically it. Next thing we have is AJ. We actually had Caitlyn. Oksana says Caitlyn's trash backstage, and Caitlyn just beats the crap out of Oksana, slams her head on a trash can, and just starts going at it. So that was whatever, sort of, I guess, to show that Caitlyn's getting even worse by the week, how she's getting crazier and falling apart. But it was a whatever segment, not much of anything, but yeah, thought I'd add that in there. But AJ versus Natalya, this match was okay. I like Natalya. This was another short match, but Divas matches are generally short, unfortunately. I'd like to see him get more time, but Natalya had her in a submission a couple times. AJ broke up the submission with a rope break one time, and then another time she got out of it, and then Natalya's going for a move. AJ counters, or I think Natalya is actually going for submission. Natalya counters and puts her in the Black Widow, and Natalya has to tap. AJ wins. Again, a short match. And after this match is when Kayla Oksana segment I was telling you guys about happens. And then that takes us into our next match, Chris Jericho versus Alberto Del Rio. Pretty good match. Um, he hit him with a springboard kick. Jericho hits Del Rio with that. And then he hits him with Del Rio's going for the cross arm breaker. And then that's countered into the walls of Jericho. And then Del Rio breaks it up when or Ricardo Rodriguez breaks it up when Del Rio, or never mind, forget what I just said. Sorry. He has him in the cross arm breaker, goes for the walls of Jericho. Del Rio eventually gets out of that. Then Chris Jericho hits the running bulldog, the lion salt, and then he goes for the walls of Jericho. Then Ricardo Rodriguez. Sorry about my little mistake there, guys. Be patient with me, but Chris Jericho has him in the walls. Ricardo comes from behind and hits him, or doesn't hit him, but he goes in there and interferes. And Chris Jericho puts him in the walls of Jericho. Then Del Rio rolls out of the ring. Dolph Ziggler comes in and just starts beating up Del Rio, hits him, punches him like he did on Monday, if you guys watched that Raw. And he just goes after Del Rio, attacking him. And then we have a winner by disqualification, Alberto Del Rio. Then Ziggler and Jericho are arguing in the ring, and then Jericho delivers the code breaker on Ziggler. And then here comes Alberto Del Rio, and he comes back in the ring since Ziggler started hitting him and stuff earlier on in the match and interfered, even though he wanted to make a statement. He makes another big old super kick to Dolph Ziggler's skull. Ziggler falls down, and that's that basically. And the next thing we have is Christian versus Drew McIntyre, sort of like a squash match. I really like McIntyre. I wish they'd take him out of 3MB, but what are you going to do? Smash Christian. McIntyre dominated a little bit at the beginning. He hit him with a move for a near fall, sort of like a tilt-a-whirl thing, and like Barrett does a lot, and that was for a near fall. Then Christian hits him with a move, and then hits the kill switch for the 1-2-3. Christian knocks off Slater off the apron, and then delivers the kill switch to win the match. And yeah, Christian wins and cuts a promo like, I'm glad to be back in WWE. I'm glad to be back on SmackDown. I came back because I want one more chance. Remember, he said that all the time when he wanted one more chance at the World Heavyweight Championship, one more match or whatever he said. But then the Shield comes out. Then they ambush him and then deliver a triple power bomb. That's that. Nothing special. I like the Shield, but we see this a lot. And then I think, in my opinion, I've heard this various other places, but I think this is going to set up a feud with maybe Dean Ambrose for a U.S. title match, Christian versus Ambrose. I don't know when that would happen, but I think hopefully that'd be cool to have a feud with Ambrose and Christian in the United States Championship. I think that'd be an enjoyable feud and pretty good matches. So maybe that'll happen. That's just a crazy prediction. Just throwing that in there. And then next we have Paul Heyman. He just basically tears Renee Young down. She asks him about CM Punk and Brock Lesnar, if he had anything to do with it. He says, why are you asking me all these personal questions? You should be asking me about Curtis Axel winning his match against Barrett and retaining the Intercontinental Championship. And then he's like, just talks about, why did you break up with your boyfriend, blah, 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 and 2 months ago, and just asks her a bunch of personal questions. And then it's like, how does that make you feel? So he basically just tore her apart. It was sort of whatever. But yeah, that was basically it. And then the next thing we have is the main event match, Randy Orton versus Daniel Bryan. Best match of the night, no surprise. Back and forth. Daniel Bryan hit the missile drop kick off the top rope for a near fall, then hit various other kicks for some near falls. Then Randy Orton did what he did on Monday night, picked Bryan up on the outside of the ring and slammed his back on the barricade. And then Daniel Bryan hit Randy Orton out on the outside a couple times, took him out, and then does a running kick off the apron where he does a lot. He'll do like he's on the ring apron and then jumps off and then kicks him for a knee to the face. And Randy Orton fell down, and right before the 10 count, he was about to get in the ring, but the 10 count hit right before he could get back in the ring. Therefore, Randy Orton was counted out, and Daniel Bryan wins via count out. Daniel Bryan's angry that he didn't win cleanly or impressive, I guess, and says, restart the match. The ref says no. He says yes, 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 yes. And that basically ends the show right there. Overall, I gotta say, like I said, SmackDown was alright, nothing special. I didn't really enjoy it, to tell you the truth. I generally enjoy most WWE shows that I watch, but this one was not very enjoyable to me for some reason. So therefore, just my opinion, I'm gonna give it a 4.5 out of 10. Nothing great, a little below mediocre, therefore I give it 4.5. So if you guys enjoyed the video, again, this is just my opinion. Overall grade 4.5 out of 10, like I said. So I hope you enjoyed it. Check out my other videos and subscribe. Thanks, guys.